If you are a work permit or a study permit holder and nag-submit kayo ng second application or extension after ma-expire ang work permit or study permit nyo and na-refuse ang first application of extension nyo, automatically, yung second application nyo ay rejected. And automatically again, mawawalan kayo ng status dito sa Canada. Good morning! Maayong buntag, maayong adlaw sa inyong hadra sa Calgary, Canada and Pilipinas. Of course, start again with our new day today. And syempre, maghahatid tayo ulit sa ating mga anak. And ayan na actually si Kuya Davon. Nandun na sa unahan. Si Mommy and si Lianica nandun sa likod.
Good morning!
Ayan, nakatapos na kaming maghatid sa mga kids. So the first responsibility is done. Si Mommy naman,
Off day.
off day today. So
Ang daming gagawin.
madaming kukumpunuhin na naman sa bahay. And ako, syempre, back to work lang. Just the normal routine that we have. And again, medyo abnormal na naman ang weather.
Bigla lumamig no, I don't know.
Sobrang lamig naman, 6-5 degrees. So, as what I've said kanina, napa-on ulit ako ng heater tuloy kagabi.
Sundo time na naman.
Davon.
Kuya Davon. Ang lamig. So, dinala ni Daddy yung bike na 2 wheels lang kasi tuturuan na daw niya si Kuya Davon mag 2 wheels bike. Kasi yun ang goal for the summer para
Balance wheel yun. Para matanggal natin yan. Kasi may nakikita kaming mga batang mas maliit sa kanya. Pero marunong na mag-bike.
two wheels.
Naiinggit din siya.
Naiinggit siya.
Bakit
So,
siya?
turuan na ni Daddy.
Yeah, so I decided na yun yung goal namin this summer. Makapag-bike siya.
Yeah.
Na siya na lang. And
Para pag-
balance wheel.
Para pag may mga camping din or
Yeah.
we'll go to outing, dadala na kami ng mga
Yes.
bike. Kasi naalala ko kahapon naman yung scooter.
Scooter naman. Yeah. So, yeah, at the end of the day,
Pinaghihiram
marunong na
niya. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, marunong na siyang scooter.
Hinihiram
Baka
niya dun
naman
sa-
yung mga taga-Calgary may extra scooter dyan. Pahiram!
Oo. Kasi yung scooter ni Davon before, naiwan namin sa Vancouver.
Syempre, yung mga-
Tsaka yung bike din. Kasi nga, wala na talaga kaming space to bring it na. So, iniwan talaga namin siya dun sa Vancouver. Wala namang masyado pang plano for today kasi nga it's weekdays at may pasok si Daddy. And ako naman talaga gusto kong matapos talaga ang ginagawa ko sa bahay para pag lumalabas-labas nga ng weekend, hindi ko na masyadong isipin at matambakan ulit. Pero that's the goal. Pero dahil after school nga ni Kuya Davon is nasa akin na siya, so focus naman tayo kay Kuya. Ayan. Kuya Davon try to do the 2-wheel bicycle na. Go Kuya, you can do it. Go Kuya.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can do it. Right. Focus.
You can do it.
Hold.
Hello fam, and look who's cooking our dinner today.
Yeah. Pansit
Our daddy chef.
Canton.
Siya talaga yung pinagluto ko ng pansit kasi mas magaling siyang magluto sa akin ng pansit.
Pero may
Pancit
specialty
canton.
talaga yung taga-inyo eh.
Oh, yung
hab-hab.
hab-hab.
Yeah.
Oh, next time. Pag may hab-hab tayo.
Favorite ni best friend sa Singapore.
Yes.
But yeah, ito ay parang Chinese pancit lang. So parang Chinese pancit canton lang.
Ayan. What's next, Daddy?
No, the greens.
What? Pa-chef, ano ka pa dyan?
Naging salt bay. Gulay bay.
Gulay Bay. My king favorite.
Yeah.
The greens.
Yup. Oh, favorite na favorite. Yan.
Dapat, Daddy, mag-ano tayo? Mag-cooking show tayo mga minsan.
Hindi.
Ayaw.
Hindi. Ang hirap ng setup eh.
Yeah.
Ganito lang. Okay na yan. Para sa vlog sharing. Di ba?
Oh, yes. So, ayan, fam. Ako ang maghuhusga.
Done with the cooking show. And na-fulfill ang gusto ni Mommy. And look at that. Oh, di ba? Pansit canton na pansit canton.
Yes.
And favorite kasi yan ni Lianek ako. Love you! Ayan, so kain lang muna kami. And see you later. Sobrang init pa. Mga around 7:30 actually na ngayon. Pero sobrang
Mataas pa ang
init pa.
araw.
Mataas ang araw. So see you later. Hi fam! So, we're back and medyo nakatulog na nga din ako sa taas. Siyempre, 9:10 p.m. dito, medyo mainit pa din. So tonight, pag-usapan natin ang recent changes ng IRCC on the maintained status or dating term niya ay implied status. So, malaki ang pagkakaiba nito kasi sa basa ko sa article and understanding ko ng article ay hindi na talaga siya magagamit or magiging isang tool para ma-extend ang stay ng mga temporary resident. So, simulan na natin. So, sa bagong rule, medyo simple lang naman siya. This is just to discourage yung mga subsequent applications for extension. And in a sense, pinaprevent niya na ma-take advantage yung maintained status or implied status. Naalala ko to 2 years ago nung nagpa-process ako, 2 or 3 years ago nung nagpa-process ako ng mga applications namin and documents. Parang naisip ko nga na isa to sa mga loophole nga. Kasi ang maintained status ay once na nag-submit ka, ay pwede ka nang makapag-stay or extend your stay in Canada. So for this new rule, if a temporary resident submits a subsequent application for extension habang nasa maintained status sila, so nakapag-submit na sila ng first extension and nasa maintained status sila, pero yung initial application nila ay na-refuse, the applicant's authorized period of stay will not be extended. And yung subsequent application nila or yung kakasubmit lang na extension, pangalawa, ay automatically mare-refuse din and hindi sila makakapag-stay dito sa Canada. So ibabalik yung application doon sa applicant. So again, if you're in a maintained status na, means nakapag-submit ka na ng unang extension and then nag-submit ka ulit ng isa pang extension, pangalawa. Pag na-refuse ang first extension mo, automatically yung second extension mo ay refused na din and mawawalan ka na ng status dito sa Canada. So, yun ang summary niya. So, hindi na pwedeng gamitin yung second application to maintain your status, even if yung first application ay refused. So, dati, pwede ito. At mawawalan ka lang ng work permit and study permit. But for the new rule, mawawalan ka talaga ng status dito sa Canada. So again, prior to this change, kung nakapag-submit ka ng first application, nasa maintained status ka na, submit ka ulit ng second application or extension and na-refuse itong first application mo of extension, yung second extension mo ay maintained status ka at makakapag-stay ka dito sa Canada. Hindi ka nga lang makakapag-work and study, mawawala yung mga permits na yun. So, before we continue our discussion, ano nga ba ang maintained status or formerly known as the implied status? So, this provides a foreign national with the legal authorization to work or study here in Canada under the terms of their existing work permit or study permit. And they have submitted their extension prior to the expiry of their old permit. So, as long as nasa Canada ka. So, basically, ito yung pag nag-submit ka ng extension before ma-expire yung work or study permit mo, magkakaroon ka nitong maintained status or implied status. So again, natatake advantage to kasi once na may maintained status ka na, yung iba kasi nagsasubmit pa ng isa. Kasi in case nga na ma-refuse tong una nila, yung pangalawa naman ay pwede pa. At makakapag-stay pa sila dito sa Canada. It's just that hindi sila makaka-work and makaka-study. So, parang na-extend pa yung time nila dito sa Canada, which is advantages. And may advantages and may disadvantages yun. Siyempre, ang obvious na advantage is nandito ka sa Canada, makakapag-stay ka pa with your family, makapag-apply pa ng isa pang extension up until, magkaroon ka ng or ma-approve yung another extension mo. So, napoprolong mo yung stay dito sa Canada. Hi fam! Again, to continue our discussion on the maintained status and the new rules. So, lalapag ko dito ang old rules. I'll add the table here. So, basically, to summarize, there is a critical information here that you would need to know. When was the second application submitted? So, for the old rules, if the application or the second application was submitted prior to the expiry of the original permit or after the expiration of the original permit. So, if the first application is approved, yung extension nyo na in-apply, first application, is na-approved, then of course, you get to enjoy the new status and authorization. The same as regardless if after the expiration of the original permit nyo sinubmit, you're also going to enjoy the new permit and status and authorization. Ngayon, punta naman tayo if the first application was rejected or refused. So, if nag-submit kayo prior to the expiration of the original permit nyo, you could still stay and authorized to work or study based on your original work permit until magka-decision yung second application nyo. Para naman dun sa na-submit after ma-expire ang permit nyo or ang original permit nyo, you are still authorized to stay, but the authority to work and or study is not extended. So in this case, ito yung again, sa old rules, ay pwede pa rin kayong magstay. But wala na kayong work or study permit, and in this case, you need to reapply again if you're eligible. Ngayon, lalagay ko naman dito yung new rules. Effective May 28th, 2025. Again, the critical information here is kailan nyo sinubmit yung second extension application nyo. Okay? So, it's either bago ma-expire yung original work permit or after ma-expire yung original permit. So, first is bago ma-expire yung original permit. So, if your first application is approved, good. The new status and authorization applies. So, walang problema dito. if the first application was rejected or refused. Again, ito yung prior bago ma-expire yung permit nyo is the applicant maintains the status up until the processing period of the second application. So, pag bago ma-expire ang permit and nag-submit na kayo ng second application, maintain status pa rin kayo. Ibig sabihin, you could still work, you could still study while waiting for the decision. Ngayon, punta naman tayo dito sa if yung second extension nyo ay in-apply nyo after ma-expire ang permit nyo, either work or study permit and all. For if the first application was approved, then the new authorization applies. So good thing, walang problema kahit na may second application kayo after the expiration of your work permit or study permit. Okay? However, if your first application was rejected or refused, mawawalan kayo ng status dito sa Canada automatically. Again, this pertains to the application or the second application na nasubmit after ma-expire ang work permit nyo. Mawawalan kayo ng status and automatically yung second application nyo ay rejected and refused din. So, ibig sabihin, if you are a work permit or a study permit holder and nag-submit kayo ng second application or extension after ma-expire ang work permit or study permit nyo and na-refuse ang first application of extension nyo, automatically, yung second application nyo ay rejected. And automatically again, mawawalan kayo ng status dito sa Canada. But of course, you could still apply for a new work permit or for a new study permit for as long as you're eligible. And may additional note pa ang IRCC dito sa latest update nila na tinanggal nila ang section concerning applying for a work or study permit at the port of entry. So tinanggal nila yung instructions na yun or yung section na yun. Kasi nga alam naman nating pinagbabawal na. Even maybe not discourage, but I think pinagbabawal na talaga nila yung flag polling. So may ban talaga on flag polling. So ayun, I hope na nakatulong to sa ating mga kababayan na naka-study or work permit. So for me, please do your due diligence. Alamin nyo kung kailan mag-expire talaga ang permit nyo. And if possible, nakalagay naman dun sa, even for the new rules, nakalagay naman. And there's still a bit of an advantage pag nag-submit kayo ng second application nyo before ma-expire ang permit nyo. So again, try to work backwards. So kung malapit na, let's say a few months before mag-expire yung work permit nyo, submit na kayo fam ng first application nyo. Okay? And then siguro pag matagal pang, and we all know na medyo matagal mag-process ngayon ang IRCC, mag-submit na kayo. Kung gusto nyo mag-submit ng second application, mag-submit na kayo before ma-expire talaga yung work permit nyo. Kasi pag sinubmit nyo ang second extension application nyo after ma-expire ang work permit nyo and na-reject ang first application na extension, automatically rejected yung second. Do your due diligence. Tanong kayo sa comments if medyo naguguluhan pa kayo. It's very clear on the new rules. And I have a couple of friends then na nagtatanong sa akin, they're temporary residents, And nagtatanong sila, bro, do you think that it's okay to go to the US for a vacation, go back to the Philippines for a vacation, or, some emergencies and all? Ang sagot ko lagi, kung sobrang emergency talaga, wala naman tayong magagawa doon. Please proceed. Pero for me, as an individual, if kaya nyong iwasan ng lumabas ng Canada, if you're on a temporary visa, please do so. Huwag kayong lumabas. Kasi mabilis magbago ang rules ngayon ng Canada. And hindi natin alam na habang nasa ibang bansa kayo, magbago ang rule. Pagbalik nyo, iniiwasan natin talaga yon na hindi na kayo makabalik pala. Or mas mahihirapan kayong makabalik. So, if you could do that, that would be great. That would be my advice to everyone. Tiisin na lang muna habang yung rules ay hindi stable. Antayin natin na mas concrete na siya, mas alam na ng Canada kung ano ang dapat gawin, na nalatag na nila lahat ng rules and kung ano pa, para iwas disgrasya in a sense na baka hindi makabalik dito sa Canada kung hindi naman masyadong importante or for vacation lang ang pupuntahan. Unless, of course, you're very confident that you've read everything, that you know everything, you've consulted with the consultants really. By all means, why not? Okay? Again, that's a disclaimer. Consult your immigration consultants if you have any questions. This is Lawrence from Abo Fambam, and I hope nakatulong sa inyo ang update na ito, and see you on the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and maayong buntag, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Salamat sa pagtanaw, salamat sa pag-uban. See you on the next video, and hang loose.